Hang on. Go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wolves is proud to present live from the basement in Bovina, New York. It's The Meeting, hosted by Justin Sayre.
Hello, everybody. Can you tell we're very bored? Because I can. Hi, welcome to the live stream of the meeting of the International Order of Sodomites. I am, as always, your host and chairperson, because let's just really piss people off right towards the end of civilization. We're here to celebrate the lives and legacies of the LGBTQIA community. Basically, everyone that's being rational right now. It's very strange. I know this is we're living in a very strange time, ladies and gentlemen. Though I will tell you, this is not the first time I've performed so well in a basement. Please don't ever do that again. My God, that's like a death chore right there. I don't want that. Ladies and gentlemen, Tonight we're here just because in these dark times, why not support your friends? Think of this as a Jerry's Kid telethon, except the Jerry Kid tonight is a 38-year-old fat homosexual who writes dick jokes for a living. Dick jokes that will exist no more if we don't put this little guy in a house somewhere. No, typically now we usually celebrate a different gay icon every month, but since we decided to do the show tonight in Julian Fleisher's beautiful basement, let's take a look at this, ladies. Where are those applause now? Oh, beautiful. We thought we would just celebrate being alive because we don't know how much longer we will be. Y'all are going crazy, and I'm enjoying it. We're going to get into some guidelines I'd like to put on you because, girl, I'm getting a lot of up-the-nose shots. We need to talk about some angles. Everybody wants to sing a song time today, but I don't need your dental work. So we're here tonight, and we're just really celebrating being alive. We're going to talk. We're going to make some jokes. We're going to hear some wonderful performance. Julian Fleisher's here. Terry Radigan's here. We're going to talk about the issues of the day, and we're going to get right down to it. Now, first up on our bill is my dear friend, my roommate, Felix to my Oscar. Ladies and gentlemen, Julian Fleisher.
Thank you. I'm starting already, huh? Do you mind vamping while I get myself set up, my friend? Thank you so much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been trying to stay healthy because, why not put up a real fight for when this thing goes real shitty? And I've been drinking kombucha, which is just disgusting. And I know we were talking about it earlier. Terry's like, you just have to find the right one. I had one today that was just like a peppery vinegar, but cold, because that's how you want a vinegar to begin with, just peppery and cold. Yep, that'll really save me. It's okay. All right. I've vamped enough. We just talked about kombucha, but you'll be here. See you in a minute.
Kombucha? I just met you.
Oh,
hey, can I ask you to take your mic stand with you, my darling?
Oh, that's right.
We talked about this in rehearsal.
To practice social distancing, we're all using separate microphones.
Isn't that good?
See how good and responsible we are?
We're also all gonna die. Anyway, all right, let's do it. Hi, everybody. I'm Julian Fleisher. This is a song about, what is this about? I guess I've been thinking a lot about washing my hands, which leads me to thinking about washing my body. And that led me to thinking about this song. Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make passion lots of fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. Rubber ducky, joy of joys. When I squeeze you, you make noise. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. Every day I make my way to the tubby to find a little fella who's cute and yellow and chubby. Oh, you know, rubber ducky, you're so fine. I am lucky that you're mine. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of. Rubber ducky, I'd like a whole pound of rubber ducky. I'm so fond of you. Fond of you. Fond of you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Little Sesame Street chestnut.
Julian Fleisher.
Yes.
Were you wonderful?
I was.
He really was. Let's hear it for Julian Fleisher, ladies and gentlemen.
Hit the applause button.
Somebody hit that applause button.
Oh my goodness. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm going to get out of your way.
Thanks so much. Let's hear it for Julian Fleisher. Clap in your homes. Oh! Clap in your home. I really imagine many of you just sitting at home being like, you know what? It's something to do. It's something to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to speak to you about an issue that is affecting our community in more ways than I'd like to consider. Of course, you know I'm referring to the sherry pie scandal. I know. It's really, of all the gay scandals we've been involved with over the years, this might be the dumbest. So for those of you who don't know, Sherry Pie was a new contestant on the newest season of RuPaul's Drag Race, which just started a few weeks ago. I'm sure you're caught up because the truth is there's nothing else to do in your life. So Sherry Pie, apparently, this is how I understand it. I read many articles, each one a little more horrifying than the next. Sherry Pie would meet these actors on like out-of-town gigs, right? And she would be like, you know, you're just right for this part that's being auditioned at Playwrights Horizons. A friend of mine, Allison Mooney, you should talk to her. It'll be great. And Sherry Pie would give them Allison's email, right? Which was a made-up email that Sherry Pie was masterminding. Then she would send them a script called Bulk, which was about weightlifting and kind of gay sexiness. Then she would carry on a correspondence as Allison and keep asking these boys for movies of themselves, reading from the script, and basically in multiple, levels of undress, until finally some boys were asked to masturbate. Allison was not a real person. Sherry was doing all this kind of catfishing, is what they call it. It really sounds like good old-fashioned sociopathy to me, but we'll get over it. So I'm reading this. So Sherry Pie, this all comes out. All these actors come out and say that Sherry Pie did this to them, and Sherry Pie gets eliminated from RuPaul's Drag Race. But she's still on the show, so they edit her down, and she's disqualified from the end. And she makes this apology, but nobody's really buying it because she's still doing it. Who knows what's happening in her life? I wish her she gets the help she needs. Here's the thing that I can't kind of wrap my head around. You're a gay person, right? I guarantee you right now, sitting in your home,
Yes.
there are 5 people you could call right now and say, hey, listen, it's coronavirus time. would you masturbate for me? Just for something to watch. Just for something to watch. I can't watch another episode of Succession. If you could masturbate briefly, I would appreciate it. And I bet you would get 5 or 6 response. People like, sure, I'm going to do it anyway. Easily. Not a lot of paperwork, not a lot of negotiations, not a lot of bad script writing. I mean, think of this. I don't know if you've had this experience, but I've been a playwright for a long time, and I've seen people just massacre my work, just come in and shit all over it. Why would you sign up for that? What if they're not any good? You're just writing this script and masturbating to bad acting. That's horrifying to me. Then, on top of it, masturbating to bad acting, on top of that, all the emailing. I don't like emailing people that it's very important for me to email. I don't like some kind of electronic correspondence for months and weeks. It's like office work. Just to watch somebody jerk off. Cut out the middleman. Just call somebody and say, would you please? And chances are they will. And if they won't, then they're not your friend. I really don't understand it. I couldn't wrap my head around it. Because I guess it's a power play. I guess it's exploitation. But seriously, I guess I don't understand it, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm a consent junkie. I want you to say yes multiple times during, after. I want you to sign a little document. I had fun. Thanks for having me. The whole bit. I want to know that everything's all right at all times. So the process of tricking some straight kid into masturbating for me just seems like a lot of work. A lot of work when I could call perfectly reasonable gay people who would do it for nothing.
I'll do it.
Julian will do it here tonight. It's not that kind of show. It's not that kind of show. It's disappointing, ladies and gentlemen, and it does put a pallor on season 12 a bit. But you know what? I have to give a lot of credit to very few people. But I have to give a lot of credit to RuPaul and VH1 for really kind of taking the allegations seriously and treating it with a lot of respect. Let's hear it for them, ladies and gentlemen, because, yes, they did the right thing. I might need that just on my phone. Just if you're having a day that's gray and lonely, just a little applause will get you through it. All right. A lot of sound effects. As I say, ladies and gentlemen, much like you, we're bored. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Next up on our bill, it's her first time performing at a meeting, but she's a superstar to us and to a lot of people we know. Let's hear it for Terry Radigan. Oh, look, this is like transitional music. Julian, very good. Julian shopping for a husband, because if you need to be in lockdown,
I'm not.
Why not get locked down with somebody you love?
I'm locked down with you.
Oh, yeah, that must be very disappointing
We're
for
like
you.
Heavy and Golda. We're figuring it out.
I like the feelings
Do
and Oscar
you love
thing.
me? I do too.
I thought it was good.
I thought so.
Thanks for having me, Justin.
And Julie.
Thanks.
And Julian, of course, Julian. Thank you for having me. You know, I realize I fit the criteria for this gig because I'm here and I'm healthy so far.
Healthy.
Thank you. Okay, those need to be turned down because they're so loud. Hello, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here. Truly, it's nice to be up in Bovina, New York. I'd love to play 1 or 2 songs for you. I want to play a song about getting to know your neighbor when they pass away, which might on the face of it seem morbid, but hear me out. On my block in Brooklyn, we all live right on top of one another. And everybody has this beautiful way of recycling where they just put out whatever someone is done with. So a gentleman who lived across the street from me passed away. And slowly over the weeks and the months, I saw his wife leaving some of his things out on the street, and it filled in the story of his life for me. So I'd like to play it for you here at the meeting, called Bob's Boots. Bob's boots are on the street. They sure look strange without Bob's feet. Out there standing all alone, like they're waiting for him to come back home. Bob's books are in a box. He sure did read a lot, though I never heard him say 2 words. He talked a quiet storm to the neighborhood birds. And Bob's wife is on the stoop. She looks lost, she looks pooped. Oh, you're dying, sure is hard on the living. Yeah, she's lost so much, but here she's a giving cause. Bob don't need him anymore. If he's in the ground in a jar or on some celestial shore, or waking up halfway around the world, a 6-pound, 2-ounce baby girl. Bob's shirts are on the fence, and I can tell you that ain't where his money went. I never see him in a suit or tie, but he always looked cool when he breezed on by. Bob's son is back in town. I wonder if they knew it was going down. And I sure hope he got to say goodbye, and that somebody reminds him about the alternate side. And Bob's hat found a brand new head. The guy from up the park with a bench for a bed, and he's wearing a cocked a little to the right, and he's walking like he's got some place to be tonight. Well, Bob don't need him anymore. If he's in the ground in a jar or on some celestial shore, or waking up halfway around the world, a 6-pound, 2-ounce baby girl. Bob's boots are on the street. They sure look strange without Bob's feet. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for my second number for the show tonight. I had this nice little talk with Justin. Justin is a fan of Mary Gauthier.
Yes.
And something came up about songwriting with soldiers, and
Yes.
Justin was familiar.
Yes, indeed.
Speak a little bit about it, won't you?
You speak about it because you do it. You
Right.
go off on these retreats, right?
Yes.
So you've gotten involved with this Songwriters for Soldiers organization.
Songwriting with soldiers.
With soldiers,
You got it.
where you go off on retreats
Mm-hmm.
with people who have been in active combat,
Yes, either active, retired.
and you listen to their stories and you help them facilitate writing a song with them.
Yes.
How did that happen? How'd you get involved with it?
Friends of mine in Nashville, I believe James House and Sharon Corbett.
Okay.
And they had suggested me to Darden Smith, who is a wonderful songwriter, performer, and the co-founder along with Mary Judd.
Yes.
And they had suggested it, and they invited me to come and do it, and I was blown away.
So what can you tell us about, like, what the age range was, and what kind of, was it mostly people who'd been in the conflict in the last now 18 years, or was it older veterans? What was it like?
It's different every time.
Oh, wow.
So I've done a bunch of different retreats. So the last one I did in Rensselaerville, New York, because they happen all over the country. It was an incredible group of women. I want to say that the age ranges on that retreat was 28 to maybe 80.
Oh, wow. All right. Wow.
So it's different every time.
Sure.
And I'm not sure how folks find their way to the program, but when they do, it's always just an incredible gathering.
And you're going to sing one of your songs tonight.
I'm going to sing one of the songs tonight.
Well, do you want to give us a little backstory, or just want to go into the song?
You know what? I'll give. Well, here's what's interesting,
right.
Because one of the songs on Mary Gaucher's record, she had written with a soldier named Josh Garretts. Hello, Josh, if you're watching. And she and Josh wrote a song.
Uh-huh.
An incredible experience. Look it up. Get Mary's record. Look Josh Garretts up online. They do the retreat. It's life-changing. They come back as peer support.
Yeah.
For the new soldiers who were there.
Sure.
And Mary Judd, the co-founder, has got an incredible heart antenna and realizes that Josh's wife, Lisa, also served in the military.
Oh, wow.
And says, hey, Lisa, do you want to write? And she says, well, I'm really here for Josh. And Mary goes, maybe you should just go.
Yeah.
So Lisa and I sit down, and I think our song is going to be all about how she and Josh met.
Yeah.
And then she's talking, and I'm like, oh, it's writing itself.
Sure.
And then she makes one side comment about joining the military, a little older than most folks do.
Uh-huh.
And I said, well, why was that? And she said, I was looking for family. I was looking for a community. And she started telling the story of how she didn't have that growing up, how she was on her own. And I trashed the other song.
Okay.
And said, this is our song. And it was an incredible story. And she's an incredible woman. And she and Josh are just...
Oh, wow. And this is the song you're going to do tonight?
I'm going to do it tonight.
Well, let's hear it for, ladies and gentlemen, Terry Radican.
Well, I really wish you folks out there could see what I'm seeing. It's really. Is somebody filming the behind-the-scenes version of this?
Just sing.
Okay, I'm gonna sing. Sorry. Army of One, Fleisher. Mama was an 18-year-old runaway. Daddy was trucking down the A1A. A beer in his hand, steering with his knees, and saw her long black hair blowing in the breeze. It was blowing in the breeze. It was a one-day stand written in the stars. Two sweaty kids in the back of that car, accidentally stumbling on destiny. 'Cause I was meant to be. I was meant to be. But from that day on, I was on my own. Daddy built houses, but we never had a home. Every day was living in a little war zone, and I'd fight those battles all alone. Nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. So I became an army of one. I became an army of one. I learned to tie my shoes, dry my tears, make my supper, then disappear. Cut my hair, clothes, get myself off to school, hoping nobody would know, hoping nobody would know that I've been signing mama's names to permission slips, 'cause it was hard to catch her in between sips. Daddy's always working more, he never had time. He was too busy with them little white lines. Oh, them little white lines. Yeah, from that day on, I was on my own. Daddy built houses, but we didn't have a home. Every day was living in a little war zone, and I'd fight those battles all alone. Nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. So I became an army of one. I became an army of one. Yeah, I was looking for the family I never had. Uncle Sam seemed like he'd be a pretty good dad. He'd tell me where to go, he'd tell me what to do, and for the first time in my life I'd have a curfew. Brothers and sisters who had my back. The first time I knew peace was in Iraq, where I met somebody who felt like home, fought my battles like they were his own, fought them like they was his own. Yet I didn't have to hide, didn't have to run, I didn't have to be an army of one. Thank you so much, and feel free to go to Songwriting with Soldiers if you'd like to make a donation
Absolutely.
for their wonderful work.
Let's hear it for Terry Radigan, everybody. Oh, well, here we are yet again. It's very strange. I'm going to tell you, it's very strange doing a comedy to three people in a basement.
And a dog.
And a dog. It's not how I thought my career would be going at this moment, but I'm going with it. I'm enjoying every moment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have to talk to you, and I want to treat this with a lot of gentleness. I want you to feel a sense of gentleness through the screen right now. Now, first off, I'm going to remind you that tonight we're performing for you, but we would love a donation if you got one. So make a donation at Venmo at Justin Sayre, Justin / SAYRE, like theater should be spelled. And make a donation. It's a suggested donation of $20, but do what you can. I know it's a tough time for everybody, us included, so we appreciate every moment and dollar you give us tonight. But I do want to talk to you, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I want you to feel the love through this medium of streaming. I want you to feel that I love you, that I'm supporting you. But I need you right now, because we're about a week into this, about 11 days week. I need you right now to start thinking, do I need to record that and send that to everybody? Or is that just an inside thing that I should do for me? And I say that because you're already getting crazy and we're a week in. If this lasts as long as people think it may last, it's gonna go through, we're gonna hate each other. We're gonna hate each other because you're gonna be like, listen, Stephen, you do not need to sing the whole first act of HMS Pinafore for me today. You need to get a job. You need to maybe clean that house. Now, I want you just right now. I'm not saying, I know we're all lonely. We're all feeling very separated from each other. And the internet And all this technology is offering us great opportunities like this to connect with one another, to put our thoughts and our deeds and our little iterations of joy in this joyless time out onto the internet to share with our friends. But I want you to think to yourself, is this going to age well? Am I going to be embarrassed by this in the next few weeks? I just take a moment before you hit that button and go, is this what I need to be doing right now? I could be filing my taxes. I could be cleaning this apartment. I could be painting this apartment. Let me tell you first off, ladies and gentlemen, I've seen a lot of your little auditioning videos for life that have been going out over the last few days. I am disappointed in the decor. That's the biggest note. All these gay people are like, look at me, I'm dancing in my living room. I'm like, girl, IKEA just threw up all over you. Get a tasteful print. Get a weird pillow with Liza Minnelli's face on it. Dress the place up. Maybe concentrate on that rather than your failed career as a Fales dancer. Just saying. Just saying. Give yourself a little time. Just, this is the time that we can just slow down and be. You don't gotta be nowhere. Just think of my favorite quote from one of my favorite movies. It's Friday and you don't got shit to do. It's every day's Friday. We're just living in a dream. And I love how you're all getting upset and being crazy about it. I'm like, listen, you were indoor kids. I was an indoor kid. This is like 10 snow days in a row. You don't have to go out. You can watch Guiding Light with your mother and maybe have a few drinks with her as the night continues. It's just movies and fun. It's Beazle time. Don't get crazy yet. It's just early. Pick up a book. Maybe talk to somebody. I have 3 wonderful internet boyfriends right now that I correspond with every morning. They can't disappoint me in person, so they do it on the internet. We send lovely little pictures and thoughts of each other. One of us is fighting. That's all right. It's something to do. I'm reading 3 books and I'm writing a novel. Take up a hobby. There's self-improvement times. I know a lot of you have been very upset because the gyms have been closed. Actually, when I saw those disappointed posts, I was like, I am in a very fucking gay part of the universe. Because the fact that I'm hearing about gym closures like they are schools or hospitals is really upsetting me. People were losing their god. Don't need the commentary. People were really losing their minds over the gym. You could push up something, move some furniture. Your mother was fit and healthy. Why? Because she cleaned the house for you rotten kids all the time. She didn't have a gym membership. She's just lifting that bottle to her throat. Working those muscles. All right. No, I mean this because I don't want to hit. I think there's also a lot, for all this stuff that's going on, I have to hand it to a lot of queer people out there. You're making wonderful content. You're being thoughtful with each other. You're really trying to uplift each other. I just need you to think a little better because unless I'm seeing improved production values in the next couple of weeks, we're really going down a very dark and dismal road. I mean, I can't tell you how many people have just messaged that they haven't showered today. You know what? Shower. Shower. You deserve it. You deserve to feel clean and lovely in your house. Give yourself a moment to just kind of relax because we're in it for a long time. And the worst you can get is kind of anxious. And I think some of the videos are just because we're freaking out because we're not close to each other. It's understandable. And I want to tell you that I understand it, even when I'm hate watching it. I'm like, listen, she's got a lot of feelings and nobody to talk to. I'm either going to send you a Snickers or a Xanax. Something's going to happen. I don't want you to end up like Madonna, who will be ruined from this. Do you think she's going to come back from turning the lyrics to the beloved song Vogue that defined a generation of gay people, talking about fried fish and looking like her former self drowned and is now alive again? I mean, it's not good news for her. That whole thing in the bathtub about who gets coronavirus, I was like, stop, turn this off. Turn this off, Madonna. Gail Gadot, Wonder Woman. She's singing Imagine in 12 different keys. You went after her. She was just trying to do something nice for you. with a whole bunch of celebrities that also have shit to do. They should go read books or paint their house, just like you. I want to see some, if you're going to do a video from now on, really put some special effects. Make a backdrop out of eggshells. Look at what we did. We're in the woods. Step it up, ladies. I don't need you at 3 p.m. to show me that you can defy gravity. I don't need it. And you know who I'm talking to. I mean it with a lot of love, because I've also seen some incredible things. There's a group in San Francisco that are reading live play readings where my friend Philip is putting that together. Last night they did The Importance of Being Earnest, and it was delightful. I mean, there's so many creative ways, and I think we'll want this as a time to remember great gay creativity. I know you have it in you. I know if it was a video you wanted to make, you could make it beautifully. So just take a little moment, instead of just ranting that there's nothing to do or look at the kind of bread I can make. Take a moment, breathe, and think, maybe if I paint this kitchen like a skyline, I can do East of Eden in here. Then make it happen. I'm not trying to deny your dreams. I'm just trying to push them further in a gay direction. That's the kind of help I'm offering you tonight. So keep out there, keep connected, everybody. We have a lot more show tonight. And next up, we're bringing back You Love 'Em. I do. It's Julian Fleisher.
Justin, I thought that we were going to chit-chat before the song.
Before the song. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Terry.
Sorry.
So welcome.
Oh, God, I'm bringing the whole thing.
Oh, we're chit-chatting before the song.
Yeah, we.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, I'm sorry.
Shit, you touched my guitar.
Oh, God, now we'll have to burn it.
Oh, baby, have we not been having the time of our lives?
I tell you, it's an unlikely pairing, but it somehow works.
Fate threw us together.
We really did.
Nobody expected that you and I would be living in such tight quarters for quite so long.
No, I have to tell you this story. So Julian very nicely offered he has this beautiful house in upstate New York.
Well, it's a cabin.
It's a cabin. It's a home.
Oh,
Is what it is.
Sweet.
It's a home.
Jesus.
And I was trying to get out of LA to go and write my new book, and I kind of put out a feeler into the internet world and said,
Is
"Does
that what
anybody?"
that was? I felt it.
I bet you did. And
it.
Julian very nicely offered his cabin home here in upstate New York in the beautiful Catskill Mountains. So I came up here to get away and be a little hermit, write my little book. And then, Armageddon I come. And Julian said, I'm coming up to the house. So we've been living together and surviving like beautiful sister wives.
Well, I mean, if we're sister wives, you're not doing all of your obligations.
Oh,
Right? I mean, isn't that the whole point?
oh. See, this is the part that will never work.
Well, that's because we're both tops. We're the only tops I've ever met. As a matter of fact.
That might be the most believable thing we've said all night. We're both tops.
Woo!
Yeah, but it's true. It's true.
It is true. But we've been sharing.
And we're also tops for very similar reasons.
Oh, this I gotta hear. This is gonna hurt.
That's the reason.
Talk to Candy K. Justin, come back to the stage.
No, I said that's the reason. Did you hear the joke? It was that quick. You said, "Oh, this is gonna hurt," and I said, "That's the reason."
That's the reason.
He's been really entertaining himself with microphones.
Oh, baby.
You can tell what a joy it has been to live here. No, but it's been all right.
What?
Are you finished?
I want to talk to Candy K.
Oh.
You know how it is.
People are really gonna think you're drunk.
But I'm not. That's the fucking
That's
thing.
the fucking
I can't get drunk. I drink and I drink and I drink and I drink, and it just doesn't go to my head.
We're drunk on boredom, everybody. No, but it has been really delightful. We've been having a wonderful time.
We've been having, I mean, to be honest, if we want to really share,
Yeah, let's share.
we've had some moments. You and I are both sensitive people.
All the feelings.
You know, all of them. And we don't know each other that well. We know each other well enough. Well enough that I invited you to write a novel.
Absolutely.
And by the way, let the people know that you are an insanely prolific writer. You shit out 2,000 words a day.
2,000 words a day.
And that's, I don't even know how many projects you're actually writing at one time. You're a freak of nature. You churn out insane amounts of work.
Yeah.
In a variety of different genres.
Yeah.
It's very humbling to those of us who have to be around you.
Sure. Well, you know, it's the way I don't make money, so I like to.
You do a pretty great job.
I like to do as much of it as I possibly can.
I want to talk to Candy Cane.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, we've been sharing some of our text change with our various lovers. We're both happily single.
Happily
Because
single.
this is a great time to be single at this age, because we've reached our daddy years. And I don't know about you, but I was told.
I believe I've reached my auntie years.
Okay, fine, fair enough. I'm not that much older than you, but
No.
I do believe that we're both experiencing a sudden onrush of affection from younger gentlemen who.
See, you see it as affection, and I see it as credit card debt.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. They're all nice to you when you're picking up the tab.
Yeah,
Real
so
talk.
I don't even start with that.
No, see,
I don't even take them out of the house. There's the key. There's the key. Stop taking them out of the house.
If coronavirus has taught us nothing, stop taking them outside the house.
Don't take them outside the house.
All right, you gonna do your song here?
Okay.
So
Really disturbing.
I've really enjoyed our time here tonight. I don't know how many people are actually still with us, but I've been thinking about what to sing for my friends out there who are watching, to try and inspire some kind of sense of optimism, because we're giggling like schoolgirls here in the bunker, in the basement underneath my little house. And the truth is, out there, things are tough and scary, and it's not going to change soon. So we have to dig deep inside ourselves for a sense of optimism. And this is a song I turn to frequently, surprisingly frequently, when I'm asked to perform, or frankly, even when I'm just singing for myself alone in the living room. And I really think this may be one of the great songs ever written. I hope it gives you something to smile about. And if you want to sing along, well, good luck, because I'm taking it pretty fast. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Thinking about it tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, just stick up my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, hey, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow, you're only a day away. That's great and lonely. Just think of my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Someone may, hey, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow, you're only a day
Only a day. Yeah.
Take care of yourselves, people. You take care of each other.
Let's hear it for Julian Fleisher, everybody.
Justin Elizabeth Sayre.
Oh, thank you so much. Wasn't he wonderful? And hung to the floor. Hung, just, I see it every morning and it's disturbing every day. It's just enormous. Just what you want to know about your roommates. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for new rulings from the board. All right. So now, I don't know if some of you may not have seen in New York, but I've gotten older. So now I have cheaters, which I actually think are working great for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need a little librarian just reminding you of all the bad things you're doing, and that's what I'm here to do. So the board would like to wholeheartedly endorse comedian Leslie Jones as the new judge on RuPaul's Drag Race. We need a little levity. Oh, wasn't she wonderful? Did you see her last night? She was incredible. Truly, truly laughter, gregarious. We need somebody to fill the lineup. You know, Ross is the soft one, and Michelle's the mean one, and often wrong. And then, you know, we need somebody just laughing and joyous about a show that is in its 12th season and just keeps getting worse. The board would like to scrunch up our brows at actress Vanessa Hudgens, who made a twee video talking about how people were going to die anyway, so why not coronavirus? Maybe I shouldn't, and then finished it with, maybe I shouldn't be recording this, which, yes, Vanessa, you shouldn't be. Hudgens apologized by saying that her comments were taken out of context, which means she said things you don't like, and because you don't like them, she didn't mean them. My favorite comment in this whole ordeal was somebody trying to defend Vanessa Hudgens because she's so young, and some queen clapped back, bitch, she's 31. Which I could just hear in their voice, and I thought, yeah, she's 31 years old. High School Musical, no longer. The board would like to welcome disgraced Congressman Aaron Schock, who finally came out. Like we need another asshole in this lifeboat. I'm sure the community will forgive Aaron Schock for all his misdeeds against LGBT people while he was in office, because let's face it, he's hot and we could use that about now. The board would like to thank longtime member and my favorite angry lesbian, Rosie O'Donnell, for tonight bringing back her famous daytime talk show as a benefit for the Actors Fund. It was a star-studded event, and the reason we started our show at 8:30, so you get a little Rosie and get a little of us. Though, but I have to tell you, I saw Rosie's show. I think we have much better production values. It was just Rosie sitting at her computer. Look at this beautiful theater. No offense to you, Rosie. I love you, but I think we got you beat. The board would like to thank you, the community at large, for searching for the butthole cut of the movie Cats. Now, for those of you unsure of what I'm talking about, apparently during the making of the colossal mistake that is Cats, they actually CGI'd cat buttholes into the actors so that when they moved around, you could see little cat assholes. And then someone, in their infinite wisdom, decided that might look dumb, so they cut it out. But after a whole cut of the movie had already been made. So queens have been scouring the internet, the dark web, like avoiding buying kidneys and kids. They just want the butthole cut of Cats. And for the first one of you that finds it, I will give you a silver dollar and get real high with you when we watch it. The board would like to thank all the stupid members of our community who decided to go to the winter party in Miami and now have coronavirus. Yeah. Way to get them to blame it on us anyway. If you haven't seen a lot of these wonderful preachers saying that the coronavirus is punishment for gay pride parades or just our very existence, you don't help them when you go and join large crowds shirtless and on drugs. I'm kidding. Go live your life. We're all going to die. The board would like to take a moment to thank you, the membership, who in this moment and this state of fear, dealing with feelings of panic and resentment, choking back the unbridled loathing that comes at a time when all the gyms are closed. You're all going to be real soft in the summer, and I'm going to be your queen. We would like to say thank you for doing all the work you're doing. In the last few days, there's been a huge push on the internet to get queer communities helping each other. There are several organizations from major cities where queer people are sharing not only their skills, their talents, but also necessary information about getting help, both financially and just support. And it's been a real harrowing moment for me to watch so many queer people, as we have always done, take up the lead of compassion in this moment. So thank you. Thank you for doing it. Keep getting involved. Keep connecting with your neighbors. It's what we need, and it's what we're going to have to do to get through this. The board would like to thank comedian and hair model Hilly Eichner. That's just a joke for me. For making a generous contribution to the workers at his local West Hollywood gay bars, who will be out of work during the coronavirus struggle. Funds are being sent around the country to staff of local gay bars, and make sure you give to your local staff. Find out if your bar is doing anything to raise money for local staffs of wonderful gay spaces, because when we're all allowed in spaces again, we'll be very glad that we have some gay ones left. And finally, I'd like to talk to you, just you and me, kids. Do you mind? I'm gonna pull up my hair. We're gonna get real intimate here in the basement. And I'm gonna talk to you like it's just us. The basement. This is a crazy time. And I think we're all feeling in a free fall of control. Because so many things that either we planned on happening or we thought were going to go through are now canceled. So much of our lives are becoming suddenly different. And it's frightening a lot of us, and it's making a lot of us turn internal and really question some things that may have been important just a week ago and are not as important right now. And in doing that, I think we're all trying to figure out, what can we take from this moment that is not just the horror and the fear of this moment? What can we learn from this moment? What can we use this moment to either solidify within ourselves or to really solidify with the people around us? And I think as queer people, we come to that as a legacy. We have been in situations like this before. We know what it is like when those around us are suffering, and we see how connected and involved we need to be to see that they suffer no longer. So some of it is about picking up that birthright, but some of it is really about questioning what we need moving forward. And in thinking about this and in sitting with this for long moments, because we have long moments, and I'm not going to get into any kind of Real Housewife franchise this late in the game. I think this is the earth telling us that it's time to slow down, that it is time to concentrate on what's important, and it is time to understand that we have to get by with less. And I'm not trying to preach to you about, kind of an eco-religion. I am just saying that we are coming to a time where the welfare of you matters as much to me as my own welfare, and has to. And I think that the way we can instill those skills of generosity and compassion in us now will help us exponentially as things get worse, get better, and change for the better. But I think right now, really think about the ways. And, we joked a little bit before about making videos, and that's silliness. But really think about the ways if you're not connecting with people in person, you're taking care of the people you love in some way. Because as we're seeing more and more, as this struggle gets harder and harder, and more people are affected, it's how we're connected to each other that's ever going to save us. So I want to stay connected with you. We're going to stay connected with the show. I'm going to be doing a lot online, and I'm going to talk to you as often as I can. But I want you to stay connected. Stay connected with me. Stay connected with Julian and Terry, wonderful artists that'll continue to make work. Stay connected with each other, because more so than anything else, we're going to need each other going forward. So we're going to bring Julian back up here after my little lecture. We're going to bring Julian back up here, and I'm going to do one song. And I just want to say, let's hear it for Terry Radigan. Clap at home. Wasn't she wonderful? And let's hear it for Julian Fleisher. Wonderful, inviting us into his home. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I want to make one last push. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you had some laughs. I hope you felt some feelings. But if you can contribute anything, it's a suggested $20 donation to Venmo at Justin Sayre, S-A-Y-R-E, Justin/Sayre at S-A-Y-R-E at Venmo, and we'll gladly take all your money, all of it. But I just want to send you off and know that I'm thinking about you. I love you. We're all in this together, and we're going to still keep making you laugh from a basement somewhere, even if it gets worse, God willing. Let me get a drink of water. Julian, talk to the people.
Oh my goodness. Hi, people. How are you? Justin Sayre, that was such a beautiful speech. And I know that you reflected what so many of us are feeling right now, which is an urgent desire to connect to one another in spite of all the challenges that nature, abetted by our incompetent government, is putting us through.
Yeah.
But this is just a small way to do it. I feel so grateful that you were here in my house when I came up.
I feel grateful to Julian. This has been a wonderful experience. For all the trials and tribulations, it's been great to have friends and people that you can talk to and share the fears with. And I hope each and every one of you have those people in your life. And if you don't, reach out to one of us. We'll happily talk to you.
Let's thank Terry's partner, Tracy.
Let's take
for helping
Tracy
with the curtains.
did a wonderful curtain.
And now, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm going to do my best, baby.
You're going to do great. I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In that small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut trees, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the day is blue, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. Thank you. The meeting's adjourned. Good night. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.